Hey everybody, welcome to another video walkthrough. We're doing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022, Recon by Fire on Realism difficulty. Um, this is going to show you how to do this level on the hardest difficulty with the minimum of risk and hopefully minimum of skill. So unlike other YouTube videos, this is not going to focus a lot on. So here you can see I can kill those two guys by yourself, and he will criticize you for it, but it does save some time. So this video will not focus on showcasing, dazzling displays of hand-eye coordination or skill. It's mainly actually a way to dissect the level and use actually strategy and tactics to sort of hack the level, and even though it's on the hardest difficulty, show you all the tricks and tips so that you can complete this like I do. It's not a perfect playthrough, unfortunately. There's still one or two areas where I have a little bit of a hard time figuring it out. I'll talk about it when we get there, but it's pretty good. I've spent quite a few days on it, and I think this is a very, very clean walkthrough. Not the best, of course, because again, I'm not trying to, play like a god where you're headshotting across the map. But I think in terms of, the gameplay that shows you all of the angles, it's one of the better ones in my opinion that's out there because it's reproducible, and hopefully with my voiceover I can point out what is supposed to happen. So let's get into it. First of all, this is absolutely one of the most difficult levels in the game on Realism. When I first played it, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can spend hours on this. You can die so easily and so quickly because on Realism, the time to kill is ridiculous. And if these soldiers, I've been killed literally from across the map um, in less than 1 second. And so there's going to be sections where if you don't know where to go or what to do, you'll just get killed instantly. So the first part here is a homage to the level All Giddied Up from the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Here you're following Captain Price. This is the first part where you're having to avoid people trying to look for you, avoid the patrol, and this is sort of like a little appetizer to later on in the level where you have to do this 2 more times, believe it or not.
Hold up.
So
Got movement
for
approaching.
this one, when he gets crawling on the ground again, get behind him, put away your weapon, which I did already earlier because I know what's going to happen. And this is really, really frustrating, by the way, if you don't know where to be, because like these guards, these patrols
Try to anticipate the
walk
path.
everywhere, and the lanes that they walk, they cover like a lot of lanes, they cover a lot of
If it's
ground,
slow,
and if you don't know where
steady,
to be, they will often
no quick
find you,
movements.
and you have to restart checkpoint, they'll
Keep
kill
your
you.
head still.
So here,
It's gonna be
the best thing to
close.
do is just to kind of crawl right behind Captain Price. You can actually crawl right up to his butt, like his ass. Go up his leg, and then shift slightly to the left of center, and that will avoid the first guy, which comes really close to her right. And if you maintain this position that you see, you should avoid basically all of the guards. Now, there is a straggler that comes right about now, and when you have nobody else, just do what I do. I just sort of gently shift. I back up off the leg, and I gently shift over to the left to really make sure I'm away from this last guy because he comes, I'm not even kidding, like within an inch of you. And if you're just a little bit off and if you're a little bit too close to him, he'll step on you and then he'll kill you. Okay, so
Hold it up.
that's what you should
On
do
your
for this
left.
little section.
Use thermal for visual.
And again, later on in this level, there's going to be two other sections
Still got it.
where these like
You see it?
trucks dump more
Good.
patrols, and
Structure
then
marked.
they do the same thing.
All outside.
They're moving around
Coming
trying
in
to
inside.
find you, and you're supposed to hide in the grass and avoid them. And I find those parts very annoying. I'm going to show you how to essentially
How it
skip
goes.
them by kind of doing a little hack, right, and taking advantage of the game's AI system.
Use
And
your
the reason I like to
senses.
skip those
Clear the clear.
patrol search sections is
All
because
outside.
it's kind of glitchy.
Roger.
So normally how you take care of this is you can do it one of two ways, right? One is you do brute force, so you can actually try to kill all of the guards in those patrols. The problem with that is that the game doesn't really want you to do that. And so what they do is they make all those guards like armored guards with helmets. And there's always two trucks, and between the two trucks, there's easily like 5 to 8 guards, And I mean, on realism, it's so difficult to take down 5 to 8 armored guards, they normally just insta kill you, right? So essentially, the game wants you to play hide and seek and avoid the patrols. And I've done so. I found like really nice hiding spots to avoid them. But the problem then is that after you avoid them, these guards are supposed to get back in their trucks and drive off. You get a checkpoint and you can progress in the level. But because this level is a little bit glitchy, sometimes like every once in a while they won't do that. They'll just get in this stupid truck and they won't drive off, and then essentially you're stuck. Like you won't get the checkpoint, and it's hard to progress because they're still around. You wind up having to kill them anyway, and it just becomes a mess. So I'm going to show you how to bypass the patrols when we get to those sections of the game. So in any case, here you're making your way to your first sniper vantage point, and this is where sort of the meat of the level begins. So if you are following this walkthrough, you can actually skip a lot of Captain Price's like distance callouts because you have memorized them. I do that myself, and so you can just snipe away. But in this case, playing on realism, there really isn't any need to do it quickly. So I would suggest watch what I do and take your time and just take care of the guards the way you're supposed to. Listen to listen to Captain Price, and a lot of it is just being patient, and you will eventually get everybody you need. Now, the only important thing in this part is that you actually don't want to kill all of the cartel members from distance, because if you do, then you run into the patrol section. So one of the things that I do here, which is very effective, is I do kill all of the cartel, and if you just keep watching this and rewinding it, you'll know exactly the ones that are supposed to be killed. And you want to specifically save two cartel guards. One of them is working underneath a car, and the other guy is just kind of chatting with him. And they're basically pretty front. They're like immediately right of the first building you're going to investigate. And you want to keep them alive. Under no circumstances do you want to kill them, because the way the game is programmed, as long as there are some cartel members outside the buildings, it will not trip off the patrol trucks. And so what you do is you keep those two guys alive, and then you essentially run all the way to the building that you're going to investigate, and you run so close that, in essence, you can't trip off the patrol trucks anymore. Then you kill the last two guards, and since you're already at the building, it won't trip off the patrol truck, and you avoid that entire section. So it saves a lot of time and also saves a lot of frustration. So as you can see, there's a lot of guys. I'm just methodically moving from left to right, taking all of them down. Here, I kind of wait a bit because I can see there's 3 guys, and I don't want to do the so-called, one bullet, 2 kills any more than I have to. So I just kind of wait a bit, and that group of 3, these are just civilians, right? The fishermen. So that group of 3, one of the guys actually splits off. You'll see that happening right here. And then that gives you the opportunity to kill these 2 with Captain Price, and then I polish off the last guy after that. And once you do all of that, you're left with essentially 3 distinct groups. One of the groups, which is the one closest to you, is the guy working underneath the car. That's the one I told you to save, right? To avoid the patrol. The second and third groupings are all groups of 3, which means you do have to change position and shoot them so that one bullet goes through 2 bodies. So you can see here, that's what I'm doing. Again, if you watch this video, you can tell exactly where I go, and you can go to where I go to get the perfect shot. I usually go to right about this area where the rock is every time. It's the rock with the little white like paint patterns. And from this position, if you just go prone, so you have the least amount of shake, you'll see that you're perfectly lined up 3.5 notches. One bullet will kill both of those guys, right? So boom. And then from there, I run to another very specific spot, and you'll see again where I go. There's no hesitation. I run all the way down. You get closer, and again, just from experimentation, this is the perfect angle that I figured out at least to get the other group of three, right? There is quite a bit of RNG in this level as well. There's a bit of randomness because this is a huge level. It's I think, in my opinion, probably Modern Warfare 2's most ambitious level. It's pretty long, and there's a lot of little things that can go wrong. There's a lot of like things that can change. Um, but this is like up to this point extremely consistent. Okay, extremely consistent. And if you follow this, there should be no problem. So go right over here to the base of this windmill. You'll see the little red box. Go all the way here and then go prone, and you should have a perfect shot lined up for the middle group of three. Right here, you can see that's perfect. You're very close. There's only 1.5 notches, and I line up and I basically take them both out. And now all you have are the two cartel guards left. Remember, Captain Price is going to tell you, you need to keep your distance. You still have to get rid of those cartel guards. Okay, don't do that. If you kill them even from this location, you're so close, the patrol trucks are going to show up. So you literally go all the way to the building, literally. You're crossing the street, and Price will warn you right about here. And you want to kill those last two guys literally outside the gate to where you need to be. Like right here, finally I killed those. You see those two guys? I killed the guy standing up. Price kills the guy underneath the car. Patrol trucks are supposed to be spawned, but because you killed them so close, like literally next to the building you're going to go into, they never show up. And now you're at this section of the game. So remember that. I don't even think anybody else on YouTube has shown this. Like maybe they have, but normally they try to play the patrol game. So go to the window, kill this guy here. And my advice is when you are see there's already a guy there. So my advice is when you're shooting through the skylight, always crouch. It reduces significantly. See, I crouch. It reduces significantly the chances of getting killed through the window. It can still happen through the skylight. I'm sorry. It can still happen, but there's always like two guys there, and then there's always another guy in the room. So usually I kill four of these guys. The initial one where you have the jump on them, and then they're all alerted, and the two in the distance, and then you move around, you kill this last guy in the room. You can see how cautious I am on Realism. No joke, they will kill you in less than a second. The minute they see you, you can get headshot right there. I also pick up another easy kill right over here. That'll be number 5 if you're counting. There's usually a guy right here, and I'm just moving so carefully. See him right here. That's number 5, and I try to get number 6 off in the distance. There's usually one guy off in the distance. You can see barely his arm or his leg. I try to get that, but I just try to whittle the numbers down a little bit. In this building, there's 10 to 11 of these guys, and so I try to get rid of a couple. If you get rid of 5 or 6, about half, that's good. See, that guy missed. He saw me and he ran off. So, whatever. So once you've done about 5 or 6, then drop tear gas through the vent. Now, what that will do is that will force them to open the doors, all the doors, so they can breathe, obviously. And when that happens, of course, that makes them vulnerable to Captain Price, who is, backing you up, right? So I'm just looking around for any more easy kills. So the key to remember, again, crouch, 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 crouch. Most of the deaths that I had earlier was when I wasn't crouching, and again, the time to kill for this game is ridiculous. If they just even see you for a split second, you're dead. So toss in your tear grenade or tear gas, then turn to your heartbeat sensor. And what happens here is there's a couple guys left, and Captain Price will just pick them off. And what I do here is I just kind of move from skylight to skylight. I shoot out the skylight. And this is another part where there's RNG. It just kind of depends on what the guys down in the building wants to do, whether they want to move around, whether they want to just hide. But usually, I use the heartbeat sensor to kind of give me an idea of where they are, and then I go away from it and then move around. And usually when I'm moving around, because the guys know that you're on the roof, moving around tends to stimulate them to change location as well. Because they typically don't want to stay in one area, excuse me, when they know you're around. And as you force them to change and they start moving around, of course, Captain Price, because all the doors are now open, the garage doors are open because of the tear gas, he has line of sight and he just snipes them. So this is what happens most of the time, and then you're going to get a all clear when he finally kills them. So you can see there's one more guy I move over to the other skylight, that makes him move, and then Captain Price takes him down. He'll say, got one or shoot her down. Now, occasionally, for whatever reason, again, RNG, you get to the last guy, and the bugger just won't move. Like, he just won't move. He'll just be hiding. So if he does that, move far, far away from him, and then just jump to the ground, the AI will then be compelled to chase you, and he'll like a beacon, he'll run towards you. See, in this case, you see that guy? He was basically hiding from Price. He wasn't moving, but I got him from the skylight. So either Price gets him or you get him, right? But just this is part of the RNG. But yeah, in the rare instance where they won't move, you have to jump down, get far away from them, and then they're going to run towards you. Use the heartbeat tracker to see, and then kill them as they run towards you.
This is definitely a cartel.
But most of the time, Captain Price and you will be able to take them from the roof. So once you open that door, 5 armored guards will be assigned to you. Get your sniper rifle on. One guy will always be coming in this area, and you can get him from here. Now here again, there's a lot of RNG because the 5 guys tend to come in various directions. It's a little bit different each time, honestly. They come at different speeds. So your heart rate sensor will give you some general idea of where they're coming from. I would say be really cautious and careful about this because this is the one I'm doing because I've done this so many times and I tend to be a little bit, like experienced. But Captain Price will actually kill all 5 of these guys for you, and most of the time, he actually will do so. So one option is as long as you stay on the roof, they can never hit you if you go prone. And your heartbeat sensor lets you know kind of where they are, right? And so one thing you can do is you can just basically like shoot at them and miss on purpose. And then they're alerted, then they're hyper aggressive, they run towards you, and in all of that running around, Price just kills them. So I guess I'm kind of happy to show it to you this way because you have an idea of the hard way of doing it. But the easy way, and I've had it done very quickly, is where Price also just takes them out. In this one, I think he takes 1 guy out, and I take 4 of them out. But again, it can be even faster if you just let him do the work. So this is the one section where you really let Price help you out. So I think this is the last guy. Yeah, that's 5. So once you do that, then go down and don't forget to pick up your ammo reload. So in every one of these buildings, there is a full ammo reload. Unfortunately, it doesn't reload your grenades, but look for it right here. And that refills all your ammo, so you're getting ready to go to the next building. Okay? So far we have like a sniper section, and then building 1, and you're going to go to building 2. So building 2 is a lot harder to kill people from the skylight. Don't even try. There's like these bars in the roof, and they obstruct your view, and you will die. I just promise you that if you do that, unless you're like really, really good. So here's my hack for the second building. I found a perfect spot pretty far away where you can use your sniper rifle, and you're protected essentially from all of their fire. They cannot throw grenades at you, and you're protected really well from their like instant across the map headshot death shots. So go to where I am, crouch, use your sniper rifle. So toss in the tear gas, it'll force them out. And then what will happen is you're going to have the perfect angle to get rid of them. There's going to be another 10 of them. And Price will be killing them from behind, and you'll be killing them from this angle. And done properly, you might get hit once or something, and then you just duck back and cover. But right here, in this little crack between this red machine thing and this other area, you see how protected you are. And then if you're like in trouble, just slide over to the left. You're in cover. They won't be able to shoot you. They can't actually flank you because as they run back behind the cars, Price kills them. And you can see that the angle is just perfect. Like they can't flank you. He's running on the other side. He'll have to run back. And they're running around, and you're just basically, killing them through these little tiny ports. And there's really no way for them to kill you or hurt you. It's a beautiful location. I've done this 7, 8 times, and between Price shooting them from behind and you shooting them, it's child's play, right? So again, got through the second building without a scratch, very, very quick. Go on in there. Remember to see where I pick up the ammo refill. So right over here, ammo refill here. And now we're going to move on to the second part, the second sniper section, right? And this one is a little bit harder. There's less guards to kill, but they all have helmets, which means that you are asked to headshot all of them. I've gotten it down to pretty much a perfect science with one exception, which is that there is at the very end two groups of three guards. Now, one of the groups farther away from you is pretty easy to find a spot where you can line up a double headshot. So remember, unlike the first sniper section, it's not good enough just to hit him in the body because they're wearing armor. You need to hit him in the head. So them asking you to have one bullet pass through two armored heads from that far away is kind of like, that's a big deal. So one group of three, and you'll see it, you can do it almost all the time, and I have a perfect spot. But the second group, I just can't get. I always let one guard escape, but luckily, because it's near the end of that section, Price will bail you out. So you do need to be a little bit lucky. So in this case here, let me just show you. I was a little bit impatient, and then this guy moved his head, and unfortunately, I missed him. So it's a two-notch correction. You see, I just barely missed him. But as you can see, Captain Price was good enough that he actually took both out by himself. So occasionally, if you're lucky, he'll bail you out, but you shouldn't count on that. So when you do it, just be better than me. Get your two-notch correction, and then don't miss. Take your time. Make sure that the guard's not going to move his head at the last minute. But you can see there that Price hilariously kills not only the two guards for me, he also kills the third guard moving down to intercept. If you really want to take your time, what you do is you kill some of these other guys. You wait for that guy to walk down, talk to the two guards, walk away, and then you kill them separately. I was in a hurry, and that was my problem. I wanted to kill the two guards first, then kill the third guard moving down, and that's when I missed everything in the first place. So you do all of that. Now here, once you kill those two, you definitely want to kill these two guys. You just wait. And you want to save the guard at the very, very top, who's like that guy right at the top of the screen. It looks like he's taking a piss or something. You don't want to kill him. Okay, so he's the guy you save. Remember in the first sniper section, you saved the two guys working on the car. Well, in this section, you want to save that guy because he's the guy you're going to kill last to avoid the patrol trucks. And yes, there's another patrol truck. So here you see me moving to the vantage point. You can follow my lead. And from here, you're going to get a perfect lined up headshot right here. And you can see me kind of looking for him. I see him right there. And you can see that that head is lined up perfectly. I go prone, 2.5 notches, one bullet, double headshot kill. Beautiful, right? Now there's only one group of three left, and the one guy I wanted to save, the guy taking a piss. And I got to admit, I cannot find the perfect place to kill that group of three and kill two with one bullet. I always kill one of the guys with one bullet. The other guy gets away. He starts scampering off, and then I just rely on Captain Price to take him out. Usually by this stage, there's so few guards who've killed everybody else that Captain Price is able to do that without alerting the one guy you've got to save. So here you might be able to do better than me. Just take your time, run around a little bit, see if you can find a better location. You see here I'm struggling because it's like I don't know how to get that shot. Like how do I get both headshots? And I think in this one, I just get one headshot. You can see I try to find this place. It's lined up, but I don't get the head. So 1.5 marks. I shoot and I get and I'm still trying to fiddle around. And I think I get it here, but it's just not good enough. So which one do I get? The closer one or the guy further apart? Yeah, see, I get the guy further apart. I shoot him once, I miss, but then luckily Price, as you can see, takes care of it. So that guy at the very end, see that guy? The guy who looks like he's literally turned away from you. He's either smoking or urinating or whatever he's doing. It's really imperative that you have him alive. So whatever happens, don't kill him. Don't alert him. If he dies or he's alerted, then by definition, everybody's been taken care of. You're going to trigger the patrol trucks. And I told you don't want to do that. Okay. So from here, instead of triggering the patrol trucks, I run just like the first part of this level. I run all the way down. This is of course child's play because he's super far away. He's turned away from you. So there's literally nothing to lose. and just keep running. Those trucks normally come right to your left at the stop sign. And again, if you kill that last guy anywhere like further away than literally this dirt road intersection, you're going to trigger the patrols, and you don't want to deal with that. So run, 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 and right about here, you're basically at the last two buildings that you're going to clear, and then you kill this guy. Boom. Okay, so now you've avoided the patrols, you're going to open up that garage. There are 4 guards in that garage, and 2 of them are armored. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this entrance here, and then you're going to look through at the bottom. You need to look before you shoot. So here's the armor guy, and then just basically spray bullets. You'll hear a clunk, and that's when you know he's been killed. Okay? And then you look again, and there's another guard, actually, in the car, hiding behind a car, all the way in the distance. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see him moving a little bit, right? He's a lot harder to get. You can see I go prone. I'm just kind of like randomly shooting, hoping I get him. And I did accidentally, by luck, get him. And when you do, they're going to throw a grenade. You can hear it. And so move away from the door, then go on the roof. Now, by the way, it's not the end of the world if you don't get him. Getting the armor guard is really nice. But there'll either be 2 or 3 left, depending if you got lucky and you got the guard hiding behind the car. Same thing, you take this thing off, throw in a tear gas grenade. That will open up all the garage doors in the garage. And then, again, you just move around. And because the garage door is open, Captain Price has clear line of sight. There's only cars for them to hide behind. And again, usually because they know you're up there, and you're shooting the skylights, because they know you're up there, as you start moving left and right, they're going to start trying to move around you, and then Price is just killing. See, he already got one of them. There's only one left. I'm moving around, and then when he kills the last one, you've cleared the garage. There's only 4 guards in there. The minute the garage is clear, don't go in there immediately, even though that's what they want you to do. Go to the last house that you're going to clear, go to this doorway, and you're going to kill 2 guards first. Same idea. And the reason is because it's ammo refill in the garage, and so, why waste bullets? You're going to use all of the bullets here to kill those 2 guys. See, I emptied 2 entire clips because I know that they're going to show up. So unload 2 clips, and you can see that there's 2 bodies here. All right, so remember to do that, and then you only have about 50 bullets or so left, but that's when you go back to the garage, you refill your ammo, and then you inspect the garage, and that will get your checkpoint and move you to the last house. This last house is like a nightmare if you don't use my strategy. So there's exactly 8 guards in this one. There's 3 normals and 1 armored in this wing. Luckily, you killed 2 of them already through the door. And there's another one you're going to kill through the skylight, right here. Okay, now because you shot through the door, he shouldn't be aware of you. So you can see him right there and just shoot. He's always going to do that. So now you've killed the 3rd guy. The 4th guy is an armored person. He's an armored guard, and he's in a room right adjoining the main one. And you can see this is the the entry to that room. Go way out, use your sniper rifle, and then basically kill him from there. Now here, of course, I know exactly who he's going to be. I give him a headshot. But you don't have to do a headshot. Just always use my exact positioning. You might have to rewatch it a couple times just to make sure that you're in a position where he can't hit you, but you can hit him. Okay? So now we go and get your smoke bomb ready, get your frag grenades ready. This is the 2nd skylight. Shoot a hole, smoke grenade him so he's coughing, and then just toss 4 frags into that place. 4 frags. It will kill at least 1 person, if not 2. And then once that's done, there's usually I think there's usually like 2 armor guards or 3 armor guards. Sometimes I have 4. But once you kill that 1 armor guard, you're gonna switch again to a sniper rifle because it actually highlights the guys. They'll show up white. And then from here you can see that there's a white right there. I kill him. Now actually that guy is not armored, he's already dead, and I waste a lot of time shooting his dead body because I was a little bit confused, like, what is what? So I killed 2 people already. I killed the armor guard below with grenades, which you never even see me kill. And then I killed this one guy without body armor. There's another body armor guy right around the area. You can see him right there. I finally realized, oh, okay, that's what I want. And you can see that I'm using my sniper. I'm using the actual, crack. He can't really kill me. And I'm just wasting time shooting a dead body right here. But as I continue to move, you're going to see the real guy, because he's moving. There he is. So he's armored. It takes about 4 shots if you don't hit him in the head, and you can see I just kind of unloading into him, and you see he can't really hit me because where I've positioned myself, he can't get a shot at me, but I'm shooting him. Okay, so now I've killed 3 guards, right? 1 armored with a grenade, 1 non-armored, the other one I just killed right now. There's only 1 left. Go through this door, and you're going to see him go over here, and then what do? Again, blind fire. You just keep unloading clips. Do not stop shooting until Gaz tells you inside is clear. And you can see that he does right here. If you look at the script, he says interior is clear. I celebrate. By the way, if you look under the door and he's not in position, just move around a little bit and look back in there again, and he will be in position. Okay, so sometimes he's not in the right position. Sometimes there's more than 1 guard, but keep shooting through the door. Use the shooting through the door method, and there you go. You cleared this house with literally no risk. It's the easiest way to do it. There are some RNG factors, but you know, this is the way to do it. Now, sometimes if you don't kill, like, say, a regular guard through the roof, then the regular guard will be behind the door. You kill him, you look under the door again, the armor guard will be hiding somewhere else, you move away, you look under the door again, and then that armor guy will finally be in position. So you might have to like look under the door a couple times depending on how many people you've already killed, but they usually give you at least an opportunity to kill that last armored guy 1 time. Okay, and remember, you don't know when he's gonna die, so you want to keep unloading your clips and just keep unloading through the door at that angle until Gaz confirms, like, hey, you know, he's dead, before looking in, checking. But once he says the house is clear, you know it's clear. So at this point, don't lose concentration because you've still got 1 last section to go. It's pretty easy, but because this is realism, you can still get killed very, very easily. I usually like to equip flash grenades just in case. In the submarine dock, there's going to be 4 guys. Now in this one, I think Captain Price might have killed one of them, but there's usually 3 on your right and then 1 on the far left, like literally at the submarine. But what you do is you crouch, and then you just kind of slowly inch around the corner like I do, and then you shoot, and you shouldn't die here. Okay, so again, he's going to get shot at. He'll draw their fire. So from here, use your infrared, and you're just very, very slowly moving around. You shouldn't get shot. And then as you see him, you just right around the corner, you take him out. So that's 1. And then from here, I actually have enough area to throw a flash grenade. Flashbang, that definitely gets him confused. You kill him. That's 2. And then I'm expecting a 3rd, and I really can't see the 3rd. I don't know where the 3rd is. I throw another flashbang just to make sure. Captain Price must have killed him. And then what you do to get the last guy on the dock is you go prone, and then you just gently shift over until you can see him. He typically doesn't hit you because he's trying to kill Captain Price, and you're all the way on the ground, and I just sneak over until I just see him, and I just kill him really quickly. Right here, you can barely see him. Boom, you see that? And then just quickly kill him. So this is the most risk-free way of taking him out. So aside from, again, the second sniper section where you have to kill all those armor guards, I'm pretty happy with how this playthrough went, and that's why I decided to make my video walkthrough with this one. It can make it a little bit better, but honestly, sometimes, especially in the first section, when you're having to rely on Captain Price to not only kill the cartel in the first building, but then the 5 armored guards who come later, that can take quite a while. Just be patient. If you're on the roof, you can't be hurt, and just move around and let Captain Price take care of it for you. But in this run, as you can see, as you saw, it happened pretty quickly, and I helped him out a bit by, killing some myself. So I'm really happy with this run. It's a little bit under 35. It's about 35 minutes and change. And again, other than a little bit of that problem with the second sniping section, which you can definitely clean up and do better than me, this is a really clean run. I hope you find some of the strategies that I showcased really useful. They're pretty unique. I've looked at a lot of Realism or Recon by Fire on Realism YouTube videos, and they don't really show you how to do it quite the way I do, because they just kind of show you them being really good at it. But I kind of surgically dissected out the entire level in a way that I think anybody can do now that you know the hacks. So once again, hope
Let's
you
go.
enjoyed. I hope this was useful to you. And until next time, do take care as we fade to black. Recon by
Let's get
Fire,
out of here.
Realism.
Let's move.